Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on The Rape of Lucrece, which is a very long poem about sexual violence towards women and suicidal ideation. So if either of those is triggers for you, please tune out right now, especially today, because today we're going to get a recounting of what happened to Lucrece. We're going to take a look at stanzas 233 to 236. So if you're going to stick around and listen to them, that's where we are in the poem. And we know what happened to her because we were there for it, but her husband doesn't know, and she's been looking at this painting for a little while, trying to kill some time until he comes home. And in yesterday's stanzas, he came home and they looked at each other for just a minute, and he couldn't quite ask what was wrong, but he finally asked her, why she looks so sad, and she started telling her tale. She was like, I have to tell you, last night somebody else came into your bed while I was there. And stanza 233 picks up there saying, this is all Lucrece speaking today. And she says, "For in the dreadful dead of dark midnight, with shining falchion in my chamber came a creeping creature with a flaming light, and softly cried, 'Awake, thou Roman dame, and entertain my love, else lasting shame on thee and thine this night I will inflict, if thou my love's desire do contradict. For some hard-favored groom of thine,' quoth he, 'unless thou yoke thy liking to my will, I'll murder straight, and then I'll slaughter thee, and swear I found you where you did fulfill the loathsome act of lust, and so did kill the lechers in their deed. This act will be my fame, and thy perpetual infamy.'" With this I did begin to start and cry. And then against my heart he sets a sword, swearing, unless I took all patiently, I should not live to speak another word. So should my shame still rest upon record, and never be forgot in mighty Rome, the adulterate death of Lucrece and her groom. Mine enemy was strong, my poor self weak, and far the weaker with so strong a fear. My bloody judge forbade my tongue to speak. No rightful plea might plead for justice there. His scarlet lust came evidence to swear that my poor beauty had purloined his eyes, and when the judge is robbed, the prisoner dies. So this is her recounting the tale, saying that in the middle of the night, Sextus Tarquinius came into the room and woke her up, though we know he woke her up first by fondling her and then by saying, I do this, or, submit to my will, or I'll kill somebody and put him in the bed with you and make it look like the two of you were sleeping together. And then she says, she tried to make it obvious that she didn't want to do this, and he threatened to kill her just the same, and she wasn't strong enough to hold him off. And she's not quite done recounting the tale, so tomorrow is going to be another sort of difficult one. But yeah, there's not a lot of hidden meaning in today's stanzas. This is her recounting what happened, having to tell not only her husband, but also his whole train. But also, she didn't want to have to say this more than once, and I think, yeah, that was reasonable. So she's doing the best that she can with it, and we'll get to hear more of it in tomorrow's stanzas. So I'll see you then. Mwah.